Alrighty, we are live on Instagram and on YouTube. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, happy Monday. I hope you guys are doing absolutely amazing. Excited for the live today. Let's see what we can learn in English. Let's see what we can practice, and let's see what good questions you guys have. Starting off, buenas tardes, buenos días, buenas noches, depende de dónde eres. Espero que estés bien, feliz lunes, espero que estés súper bien. Estoy súper emocionado de hacer este en vivo respondiendo todas las preguntas que tienen ustedes. Buenas tardes, Becky. Buenas tardes, B. Dario. Buenas tardes, Cristian. ¿Cómo están? Feliz lunes a todos. Rosario, ¿cómo estás? Y. Gil, buenas tardes. Will, buenas tardes. ¿Cómo estamos? Buenas noches. Hello, MY. Mai, how are you? Buenas noches, ¿dónde estás? Hernández, hi. What's going on, Hernández? How are you? Buenas tardes, Patricia, ¿cómo estás? Aloha from Hawaii. Hey, how's it going? What's going on? How is life in Hawaii, Cookies? And I'm doing well, Mr. Andre. How are you? Buenas tardes, José. ¿Cómo estás? Hola, Katy. Buenos días from New Zealand. Buenos días, soy Merin. ¿Cómo estás? ¿Cómo está la vida en Nueva Zelanda? Así se dice, in New Zealand. Hey, how are you, Rita? I'm doing well. How are you? Thank you for asking. Hola, SLO Rodríguez, ¿cómo estás? J. Manuel, ¿cómo estás? Good night. What's going on, Alba? So, something interesting. When we're saying hello, saludando, we usually say good evening. When we're saying like buenas noches, like me voy a dormir, we usually say good night. Saludos desde Canadá. Sorry to call you out like that. Buenas tardes desde Nicaragua, desde Los Ángeles, ¿cómo estamos? Hey, what's going on? Not much. Siempre fit, nunca infit. What's going on? Gris, ¿cómo estás? Teacher, how do you, without nervous, when you start speaking Spanish, how do I not get nervous? I do get nervous. I just try and hide it. Hey, Mai. Buena nota, pura vida. Mai, saludos de Nicaragua, pura vida de Francia. Bonjour, comment allez-vous? Good afternoon from Venezuela. Greetings from Cali, Colombia. What's going on? Andres, what's going on? Other Andres. We have two Andreses. Hola, Jake. Nice to see you again. Nice to see you, Mile. How are you? How's it going? Guys, it's going pretty well. I certainly can't complain. But yeah, how do I not get nervous? I do get nervous when I speak in Spanish still. Colombia, what's going on? I should say, I get nervous in Spanish and English on the internet. But I think you kind of get used to it. When I talk to cameras for this long, I just get used to it. Yo, what's up? What's going on, Paulo? From Australia. Wow, from El Salvador. ¿Cómo están? ¿Cómo están? Hey, Jake, what's going on? Not much, Jay. From Mexico City. I love Mexico City. Mexico City is one of my favorite cities in the world. Saludos, Cali, Colombia. What's going on? Is the sentence, I agree on stopping from him doing that? Correct? No. Here's what I would say. I'm going to write it in YouTube. So my Instagrammers, if you want to see what I write on the computer, you have to go to YouTube and you have to look up idiomas con Jake. Estamos en vivos ahí y ahí vas a poder ver todo lo que escribo. So, ¿cuál era la oración para ver? I agree on stopping him from doing that. I agree on stopping him from doing that. You know what? That does make sense. Sí tiene sentido. I agree on stopping him from doing that. Yeah, that makes sense. Estoy de acuerdo que que no vamos a dejar que haga eso. Que él haga eso. Estoy de acuerdo. I agree on. I agree with stopping him from doing that. Yeah, because this preposition on in this sentence. I agree on el trato. So to agree on is like estar de acuerdo, pero más que nada con un trato. I agree on stopping him from doing that is like the deal. What are you doing is the same as how's it going. Maybe. How's it going is more like in the saludando sense, it's more like ¿qué onda? Right? And what are you doing is like ¿qué haces? Okay. So that's kind of the difference. Eli, the other day I tried to speak English with foreigners and the nervous got to me. Yeah, man. I mean, speaking with other people is always nerve-wracking. You have to also look for those situations to get uncomfortable with the language, and nobody likes that. Like, it doesn't feel good, but know that it's helping you as well. My Instagrammers, again, if you want to see what I'm typing, you can go to YouTube, Idiomas con Jake. Ahí pueden ver todo lo que estoy escribiendo en la compu mientras lo digo. Este es el mejor tiempo. Me encanta comenzar la mañana. Pura vida, Aleja, ¿dónde estás? ¿Dónde estás? Porque acá en Houston son las 4 de la tarde. Call someone's bluff. Could you explain that, please? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Hola, soy Ruth. Hey, Ruth, ¿cómo estás? To call someone's bluff. De nuevo, estoy escribiendo en YouTube y ahí lo pueden ver. To call someone's bluff. Fijo, hay una manera más eficiente de decirlo en español. Si ustedes lo saben, ahí me dicen. Okay, ahí me dicen en el chat. To call someone's bluff es... de ahí. Decir que alguien está mintiendo. Está mintiendo. So, esto viene de jugar cartas. Cuando vos decís que tenés ciertas cartas y yo te digo, mostrámelas. Eso es, vos tenés que probar que no estés mintiendo. Y si estabas mintiendo, I called your bluff. Okay? Show me the cards. I'm calling your bluff. Y de nuevo, fijo, hay una manera más eficiente de decir esto en inglés. Okay? En español, perdón. Oops. Show me the cards. I'm calling your bluff. Enséñame las cartas. Estoy diciendo que estás mintiendo. De nuevo, yo sé que hay algo más eficiente, pero te hablo desde Australia. Acá son las 8 de la mañana. Ah, Australia, eso tiene sentido. Hola, Patricia, ¿cómo estás? Please, please. Good morning, good morning. What's going on, my friends? Yeah, so that's to call someone's bluff. She called his bluff. He was lying, right? And so then we have this verb as well, to bluff, okay? To bluff is to lie, but it's to lie in in my opinion, there are no innocent lies, but it's to lie in a more innocent way. Pura vida, pura vida. What's going on, Matthews? How are you, my friend? Patrañas. No sé qué es esa palabra, la verdad. Patrañas. Hey, Cesar, I'm doing well. How are you, my friend? So, yeah, to bluff. So I might say, estás mintiendo. You're bluffing, right? You're bluffing. You're bluffing. Estás mintiendo. And to call someone's bluff es llamar la atención a la mentira de alguien. How to pronounce words that end in TH. Let's check it out. Words that end in TH. Could you give me some examples? ¿Me podrías dar un ejemplo de una palabra que termina con TH? Lo que pasa con la TH es que wrath, supongo. Both. ¿Qué más? El nombre, Gareth. Gareth. Well, hello, buddy. What's going on, Tyrone? How are you, my friend? Yeah, I guess I don't... Worth. Earth. Erika, gracias. Mille, gracias. Earth. Yeah, that's a good one. Worth, valor, earth, tierra. Es como si fueran a decir la D, pero no le ponen el sonido, solo el aire. So, D en D, pero nada de sonido, solo aire. Se dice tramposo a una persona que rompe las reglas en un juego. Sí, tramposo, cheater. Cheater. Don't be a cheater. No seas tramposo. My first time watching your live, tell me hi, please. Hello, Calvin. How are you? Mouth, earth, faith. Yeah, so mouth, boca, earth, faith, fe, faith, faith. La TH, el sonido de la TH les cuesta un poco, ¿eh? Qué interesante. No sabía. How do you say darle tiempo al tiempo? Darle tiempo al tiempo. No, tendrías que explicármelo, la verdad. Porque normalmente, digamos, veámoslo. Darle tiempo al tiempo. Nunca he escuchado eso. Porque darle tiempo is give it time, ¿verdad? O give someone time, ¿verdad? Dame tiempo, give me time. Pero darle tiempo al tiempo, no sé. Ese es un idioma. Ustedes lo saben. Cuando quiero decir, it's very likely that we find them. Se puede omitir ese that. Star Wars, buena pregunta. It's very likely that we find them. When you're speaking, yes, we almost never say those little that's, especially in the United States when we're speaking. However, when you're writing, you cannot omit this that. And also in the, Google's helping me out here. We will find them. I would say this. It's very likely that we're going to find them, right? Google wants me to say we will find them, but in the United States, it'll be more common that we'll say we're going to find them. ¿Cuánto te demoraste para aprender español? Ya llevo 9 años practicando. Es idiom en español. Time will tell. Time will tell. Darle tiempo al tiempo. Tal vez, Jay. Darle tiempo al tiempo. Yo creo que sí. Time will tell. Ese es algo idiomático y es difícil para mí porque no nací hablando en español. Así que no conozco el idioma. Pero sí, como unos 9 años aprendiendo español. Instagrameros, si quieren ver lo que estoy escribiendo, se pueden meter a mi canal de YouTube. Ahí estoy escribiendo todo en la pantalla mientras escuchan. Si no, se pueden quedar acá y escuchar nada más. Más fácil, tal vez. Hey, saludos. What's up, brother or sister? I can't tell. Pensaba que mi nombre salía con O. Ruth. No. Pero yo te he visto en este canal desde hace mucho tiempo, Ruth. Gracias por estar acá. What's your favorite English accent in the world? Probably Australian. Probably an Australian accent. Jake, could you say would slowly? Yeah, Erica, I'll give you some examples with this word would. Would you give me some time? And I'm going to say it slowly as well. ¿Me darías tiempo? Would you give me some time? Would you give me some time? Where were you born? I was born in the northern United States. I was born in Wisconsin. I'm from Wisconsin. And I'm puro gringo. No. ¿Cuál es el canal de YouTube? Mi canal de YouTube es Idiomas con Jake. I was born in Wisconsin, and I learned Spanish in University of Wisconsin-Madison, and I met my wife in Costa Rica, and so I learned some more Spanish in Costa Rica, and that's why I speak like a weirdo in Spanish. It's like half gringo, half tico, I guess. Would you give me some time? But I want you to note, Erika, when I say would you in English, these two words kind of combine a little bit, and it becomes would you. Would you give me some time? Would you give me some time? Would you give me some time? ¿Me darías un poco de tiempo? Por favor. Okay. What do you think if I have a medium level going to New York several months to improve my English? I thought you were from Costa Rica. Yeah, thank you. No, I'm not from Costa Rica. My wife is from Costa Rica, though. And I always say pura vida, so I can see why you would think that. I'm going to Wisconsin next week to see my daughter. I'm so excited. That's awesome, Patricia. Enjoy it. It's going to be a little bit cold, I think. Well, it depends where you are now. Yeah, going to New York is a great option to go improve your English. You're going to pick up on some New York accent, maybe. And maybe you'll learn some bad words, but that may be good. Darle tiempo al tiempo. It's like, let the time make its duty. Maybe not to rush it. Take it easy. Time will tell. You're amazing. God bless you. No, you're amazing. Thank you. Usted da clases virtuales. Esta es mi clase virtual aquí y en YouTube todos los lunes a las 4 p.m. Bueno, 4 de la tarde. Y esta es mi clase virtual. No doy clases personalizadas. Por ahora, ahí veremos si eso cambia. I'm from Nicaragua. Have you ever been to Nicaragua? I have. My wife and I went to Ometepe en Nicaragua. Y ahí subimos el volcán y todo, y nos encantó. ¿Qué es esa foto ahí arriba de tu cabeza? Es un estadio en Wisconsin, en mi universidad. Un estadio en mi universidad. Para ver. Jake, por favor, ¿puedes explicar la diferencia entre lose y miss? Yeah. Firstly, lose, perder. We lost, y lost es el pasado de lose. Hey, me vine a YouTube. Hey, papitas. Muy bien, muy bien. Greetings from Mexico. Greetings. How are you, my friend? We lost the game. Perdimos el partido, ¿verdad? So, eso es lose. Lose. Que no se te pierda. Don't lose it, ¿verdad? So, perder. ¿Fuiste jugador? No. No. Bueno, en el colegio sí, pero en la U no. No. Me encantan los deportes, pero no soy tan atlético como para jugar a ese nivel. Que no se te pierda. Don't lose it. So, perder, lose. Miss, fallar. La falló. He missed, ¿verdad? He missed. He missed. E Instagrameros pueden ver lo que estoy escribiendo en el canal de YouTube. Idiomas con Jake. Ahí pueden ver la pantalla, todo lo que escribo. La falló. He missed. Y también el audio es mucho mejor porque tengo este micrófono. Ustedes me están escuchando desde el celular. La falló. He missed. También missed puede ser como hacer falta o extrañar. Y acá depende del contexto. ¿Ok? Que es un poco raro. I've learned many words and sentences from you. Thanks. Thank you, Calvin. Thank you for being here, brother. Te extraño mucho. I really miss you. ¿Verdad? Or I could say, I miss you a lot. I miss you a lot. Te extraño mucho. I really miss you. I miss you a lot. And then we got a present perfect question. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Te extraño mucho. I really miss you. I miss you a lot. Faltan 6 tacos. Esto depende del contexto. Digamos que estamos trabajando en un restaurante y damos los tacos a una mesa y faltan 6. Y ellos dicen esto, faltan 6 tacos. Podrían decir, we are missing 6 tacos. Noten que el sujeto, el pronombre en esta oración es we, porque es como decir, nos hacen falta 6 tacos. Yo sé que no diríamos eso en español así, pero eso es como lo formamos en inglés. So, esa es la diferencia entre perder, entre lose and miss. I like your teaching spirit, the best of the best. However, what is your name? I have a quick question. S-R-M-N. Thank you so much. My name is Jake. And what is your quick question? My name is Jake. My name is Jake. Okay. Present perfect. Let me get a little list going here. Si quiero decir, no quería perder la oportunidad de. No quería perder la oportunidad de. Yeah, I see what you're saying. I didn't want to miss the opportunity. Supongo que en el contexto de oportunidades, y no sé por qué, didn't. No sé por qué, pero en el contexto de oportunidades, fue Erika, Mile, siempre vamos a usar miss. Y no sé por qué, la verdad. No sé por qué. Pero eso es como una regla, ¿verdad? To miss the opportunity. I didn't want to lose the opportunity. Aquí también podemos decir lose. Así que creo que es intercambiable en este contexto. Ahí sí. Espero que eso te ayude. Me confundió un poco yo. Una pregunta. ¿Está bien decir, I hope you're doing great? Yeah. Absolutely. Espero que te encuentres bien. Sí. Nice meeting you, Jake. I'm preparing my testament and I'm a beneficiary of my belonging. What you talking about? Sorry, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what your question is. ¿Cómo aprendiste español? Yeah, already did that. Time will tell. So, darle tiempo al tiempo es time will tell. Darle tiempo al tiempo. Time will tell. Y de hecho voy a escribir eso porque voy a hacer un video de eso. Darle tiempo al tiempo. Time will tell. Miren, cuando yo no sé la respuesta a una de sus preguntas, siempre la busco, haciendo un video, digamos, la busco en Word Reference, que es el mejor traductor. Puedo usar la frase I graduated from para decir yes. No, el lugar. Para decir carrera profesional, digamos, me gradué. ¿Cómo lo dirías en español? Como me gradué de una carrera profesional. I graduated with. Graduated with a major in, and then whatever your career was. Okay. Instagrameros, estamos en YouTube. Y es mucho más fácil para mí ver las preguntas en YouTube. Así que tengo que dar preferencia ahí. Vamos a ver. Hola, ¿me podrías ayudar por favor con la pronunciación de asked? Okay. Voy a hacer una lista rápidamente para no perder ninguna pregunta. Asked pronunciation. In Spanish, there are phrasal verbs. There certainly are. Have you ever been in Honduras? Cesar, I've never been to Honduras. No, I would love to go to Honduras. Saludos desde Nicaragua. Saludos, papitas. Teacher, how to link words to sound more fluent. When to use to and when to use for. Thank you, teacher. You are the best. Let's talk about linking words. To and for, I'm going to be honest with you, Eli. I need to make a video of that because it's very, very, very big. And there are some rules for it. Puedes explicar met. Met y no. Son muy difíciles para decir conocer, saber, reunirse. No entiendo cómo usar esas palabras. Met, to meet, and to know. Yeah. To meet, to know, saber, conocer. Do and does, okay? Do and does. That's an amazing question as well. Ella te mando saludos. ¿Cómo se diría en inglés? Para decir eso, she says hi. Ella te mandó saludos. She said hi. Porque es el pasado, ¿verdad? Pero si quisiéramos decir, ella te manda saludos, she says hi. Enigmatic expressions. I'm not sure what that is. Expressions. Oceanic plate. Pronunciations. A ver, any other questions really quick so I can put them on my list? Oceanic plate. Oye, Jake, quería preguntar si nota la diferencia entre un verbo en pasado y uno en presente. Me refiero a cuando, por ejemplo, el verbo termina en ed. Se nota la diferencia mucho en la forma hablada. En la forma hablada no se le nota tanto. Tiene que ver con el contexto. Tienes razón. No se le nota mucho con el acento. Digamos, lo vamos a notar, pero es muy pequeña la diferencia. Saludos desde Costa Rica, pura vida. ¿Cómo se llama el traductor que usas? Este es el traductor que uso yo. Word Reference. Les digo, es el mejor traductor. Y esto no está patrocinado. Ojalá. Wordreference.com. Es el mejor, este traductor. Ahí lo tengo escrito en YouTube. Lo que pasa es que no puedo escribir en el teclado y que llegue a Instagram, solo a YouTube. Hey Jake, this is very tico, but do you know how to translate the expression que guapa? No. No. Saludos, ¿cómo dirías? Me estás haciendo molestar. ¿Me estás molestando? ¿Qué quieres decir con eso? ¿Me estás molestando? Word reference. Yes. Word reference. Incredible. It has an app, and it's very, very, very good. Carlos, meet up is a phrasal verb. All right, let's go through this list. Let's start with the present progressive. Para ver. Present progressive is haber hecho algo. ¿Ok? Les voy a dar un ejemplo. Ella ha corrido mucho. Mira, esto se llama participio pasado. Corrido. ¿Ok? Corrido. El participio lo tenemos que aprender para todos los verbos. Todos los verbos. Y eso es bien amplio, ¿verdad? Porque algunos son regulares, normalmente termina en ed, pero algunos son irregulares y tenemos que aprenderlos. We just have to learn them. Haber hecho algo. Ella ha corrido mucho. Les voy a preguntar a ustedes, ¿cómo puedo decir esto? De ella ha corrido mucho. En inglés. Ella ha corrido mucho. De ahí, necesitamos la forma de haber, a. She, ella, has. She has. Could you explain present perfect, please? That's what I'm doing, Patricia. Eso es lo que estoy haciendo. Perdón. Puse present progressive. No. Esto es present perfect. Present perfect. Ella ha corrido mucho. She has. Y luego necesito la palabra corrido. Pues corrido es medio raro y Star Wars lo tiene aquí en Instagram. She has run a lot. She has run a lot. And you're right, Carlos. That is a present progressive. I don't know why I put present progressive instead of present perfect. Ella ha corrido mucho. She has run a lot. Corrido, run. Ese es un irregular, ¿verdad? Irregular. Vamos a tomar otro ejemplo. Ramón, ran es el pasado de correr, que es muy común cometer ese error, aún para nosotros, aún para los angloparlantes. She had, ella había, ella ha corrido mucho. Miren, she has run a lot. Let's take another example. Y voy a ponernos acá, debajito, para tener más espacio. Okay. Nosotros hemos caminado. ¿Alguna app que nos recomendás para practicar hablando? Vengo de Insta, gracias Jake, gracias a vos. Sí, es mejor acá en YouTube. Amo mi gente de Instagram, pero esto de usar la compu es mucho mejor para mí, mucho más fácil. Nosotros hemos caminado 10, voy a usar millas porque vamos a practicar nuestro inglés. We siempre have, con nosotros hemos have caminado. Esta es la regla normal, ¿ok? Caminar, to walk. La regla normal es que añadamos ed a este verbo. Nosotros hemos caminado. We have walked 10 miles. Exacto, Ramón. Exacto. We have walked 10 miles. El A para practicar speaking, hello, talk. Esa es la app que yo he usado. Mango Languages es bien buena también. We have walked. Hemos caminado. Ok, so tenemos que saber cómo decimos has, a, hemos, han. Yo he, I have. Tú has, you have. Él o ella ha, he, she, has. Nosotros hemos, we have. Y ellos han, they have. ¿Ok? Esto es bien importante, ¿verdad? Tenemos que saber cómo decir esta palabra haber y luego tenemos que saber los participios. Y después de eso esa es la regla, ¿verdad? De hecho, es más fácil en el pasado perfecto. ¿Quieren otro ejemplo con esto? Con el presente perfecto. ¿Quieren otro ejemplo? Un par más de ejemplos. Ahí me dicen en el chat. ¿Quieren otro ejemplo con el presente perfecto o ya vamos al pasado perfecto? Ramón dice yes. Sí. Ok, Mile. Ok, Ramón. ¿Alguna app para practicar inglés? Sure. Yes, please. Got you guys. I got you. Let's leave this up. I'm going to speak a little bit of English too here because I think it'll help if I speak English. Ellos han. Voy a buscar un verbo regular e irregular. Okay. Leído es irregular. 3 libros. Vamos a usar tú. Has. Pintado la casa. ¿Qué? Sí, Ramón, ya lo tenés. Miren, ellos han. ¿Cómo se dice ellos han? They have. Okay? They have. And then this verb leer, leído, the verb leer is to read. Yo leo mucho. I read a lot. Pero cuando decimos leído, se escribe exactamente igual, pero se pronuncia diferente, así como el color rojo en inglés. They have read 3 books. And I'm just writing out the word 3 so that y'all can see. T-H-R-E-E. They have read 3 books. Ellos han leído 3 libros. Tú has pintado la casa. Ok, esto es irregular, ¿verdad? Porque no cambia el verbo, no tiene la ed al final. Tú has pintado la casa. ¿Cómo se dice tú has? You have painted. Y ya veo en el chat. The house. You have painted the house. Fíjense también que muchas veces nosotros conectamos las palabras en inglés en una oración. Instagrameros, si quieren ver lo que estoy escribiendo, ahí pueden meterse a mi canal de YouTube, Idiomas con Jake. So, normalmente vamos a combinar estas dos palabras, they y have, para decir, they've read 3 books, ¿verdad? they've read 3 books. You have, you've. You've painted the house. You've painted the house. Y así cuando lo decimos rápido suena you've painted the house. Has pintado la casa. Estaba en Instagram, pero está mejor verlo en YouTube. Sí, Marisol, está mejor porque tenés el contexto de lo que estoy escribiendo en la pantalla, ¿verdad? You've understood. Ok, so vemos los ejemplos que ha puesto Carlos. You have fixed your bike. Tú has arreglado tu bicicleta. You fixed your bike. Y fíjense, you've. Siempre cuando estamos hablando vamos a combinar las palabras así y hacer una palabra si podemos. You've. What's up, Jake? What's going on? I know good English. Cristian, tenés que meterte a mi canal de YouTube para ver lo que estoy escribiendo. Si no, sos tan bueno con esto. I graduated with a major in, works for any kind of educational degree. Yeah, your major is your carrera, ¿verdad? Your carrera. Tú has arreglado tu bicicleta. Para ver, había otro. Has entendido la lección. You've understood the lesson. ¿Y mal escribí esto? Fijo, sí. No. You've understood. Has entendido. Understood. You've explained the lesson perfect. Okay. Now I want you guys to see really quick el pasado perfecto. Pasado perfecto. Haber hecho algo en el pasado. So, nuestras formas del pasado perfecto en español, pues yo había, tú habías, él, ella, usted había, nosotros habíamos, y luego ustedes o ellos o ellas habían. Pues esto es bien fácil en inglés. Esto es mucho más fácil. Hey, nice to be in your class. Thank you to be here. Thank you. It's nice that you're here. Es más fácil que el presente perfecto en inglés porque todas las formas son had. I had, you had, he, she had, we had, or they had. So esta forma de haber no cambia. Y luego vamos a usar el participio pasado. Habíamos parado. We had stopped. Si quisiera decir, yo había parado, I had stopped. Yo batallo con la voz pasiva cuando se trata de noticia, news. Sí, la voz pasiva es difícil, ¿verdad? Porque el sujeto y el objeto cambia. Hasta 25 clases por día. What if I studied a master's degree? Yeah, so here you might say, saqué la carrera, I got my master's in. Good question. You've explained the lessons. You have not paid your bills. Dig is like, I do not want you to stop. We had stopped. Habíamos parado. Hey, Isaac Hallberg. How are you, sir? Isaac Hallberg's a decent guy. Había parado. I had stopped. ¿Verdad? Yo había parado. Habíamos parado. We had stopped. Okay, eso es importante porque stop es solo parar, pero necesitamos ese participio pasado que nos cuesta. A ver, otro ejemplo con esto. Ustedes tienen otro ejemplo con el pasado perfecto. Tú habías patinado. You had skated, ¿verdad? Patinar, to skate. Skated. Pura vida, Isaac. You had skated, ¿verdad? Tú habías patinado. Skated. I had walked with her. Había caminado con ella. Gracias, Mile. I had walked with her. Exacto. Yo había estudiado. I had studied. Y sé que no pueden ver ese ejemplo. I had studied. Ok. ¿Cómo se pronuncia la contraseña? I'd. Buena pregunta. De nuevo, somos vagos, ¿verdad? Nos gusta combinar las palabras para hacer una palabra, una contracción. Gracias por esa pregunta, Kenneth, ¿verdad? She had gone to the market. Había ido al mercado. Yo había olvidado mi bolsa. I had forgotten my bag. Eso es difícil, ¿verdad? Forgotten es uno irregular. Pero aquí hacemos contracciones también. You had, you'd. You'd skated, ¿verdad? Fíjense. You'd. Porque cuando estamos hablando de ahí, se nos hace más fácil, ¿verdad? Tú habías patinado. I had walked with her. Check it out. ¿Qué se va a hacer? I'd. Yo había. I'd. I'd walked with her. I'd walked with her. I'd. Siempre vamos combinando las palabras. Siempre, siempre, siempre vamos combinando. I'd. Yo había estudiado. I'd studied. Para ver qué más. They'd bought the house. I'd gone to play soccer yesterday. Ramón, esto es algo interesante. Yo había ido. I'd gone. Ido, gone. Siempre tenemos que usar gone. Y les digo, chicos y chicas, van a escuchar a la gente decir went. I'd went. Esto está mal dicho y Google me está corrigiendo con mucha razón. I'd went no se dice. I always thought you're from Australia, Jake. No, I'm not from Australia. I don't think so. I don't have the Australian accent. I'd gone. Thank you, explain present perfect. I'd bought it. Yeah, exacto. ¿Nos puedes explicar la voz pasiva, aunque sea rápido, cuando es de news? Eli, de hecho voy a hacer un video de la voz pasiva porque es muy difícil de explicar la regla. ¿Okay? Hay una regla que, digamos, lo podríamos decir en español también, que es el ratón fue perseguido por el gato, pero no creo que no creo que sea suficiente lo que voy a poder contarte ahorita. Tendría que buscar como la regla específica por qué se dice así. Sé que el objeto cambia a ser el sujeto y viceversa. Y es porque cuando estamos contando noticias, digamos, a veces la persona que hizo la acción no es tan importante que el hecho de que se hizo la acción. Si eso tiene sentido. I bet you've been to Colombia and Medellin, because sometimes you sound like paisa accent. Juan, I have been to Colombia. I have been to Medellin, but only like 1 week. We had worked out. ¿Cuál es la diferencia entre I have run and I ran? Buena pregunta. Let's say I have run 10 miles and I ran 10 miles. Well, what's the difference, right? Yo he corrido 10 millas y yo corrí 10 millas. Okay? Esa es la diferencia. I have run and I ran. I have run, well, the difference is that it's in the moment I have run, but maybe I'm going to run more. When it says I ran, it's el puro pasado. Corrí 10 millas. I ran 10 miles. I'm trying to understand syllables in English. Can you help me? Do teachers teach you that? You're trying to understand syllables. I understand. Laura, I'm going to put it on my list and we're going to go over it, okay? Syllables in English. The hard part about syllables in English, with singular words, they're very easy. With sentences, they're much more difficult because of that combination factor, right? Right? Because of that combination factor. All right. That was our present perfect. The pronunciation of this word asked. Let's check it out. See, word reference es el traductor. Eso es lo que tienen que buscar. The pronunciation of this word asked. Asked es preguntar en el pasado. Ella me preguntó. She asked me. Have you ever visited Venezuela? I have never visited Venezuela. I would love to visit Venezuela, though. I know there's some beautiful hikes in Venezuela, beautiful mountains that you can climb. I think a big volcán as well, right? Big volcano. I would love to. She asked me. Es más como, no pronunciamos tanto la K, ¿verdad? She asked me. Ella me preguntó. She asked me. She asked me what your name is. Ella me preguntó que cómo te llamas, ¿verdad? Vamos a poner el acento ahí. Ella me preguntó que cómo te llamas. She asked me what your name is, ¿verdad? So, that's asked. Nunca entendí si hay alguna lógica en la fonética de la pronunciación de las dobles O en una palabra como book, floor, blood. Landros, no hay un patrón. Y sé que eso es bastante difícil para ustedes que tienen consistencia en sus vocales en español. Nosotros no. Book, floor, pool, blood. Horrible. Sería una pesadilla tratar de aprender inglés, especialmente con la pronunciación. Pero, poco a poco. Y nos cuesta a nosotros a veces también, especialmente cuando no podemos leer tan bien. Pero hay que aprender las palabras y hay que aprender cómo se pronuncia cada palabra. Obviamente hay reglas, pero hay tantas palabras en inglés que rompen esas reglas. Es horrible, es horrible. Book. Okay. Linking words. I can't remember what linking words was. I think we were talking about linking words and the pronunciation of linking words. But, ooh. Hey, pal. How are you? Linking words. Maybe we were talking about like, however, sin embargo, furthermore, además. What other linking words? Like entonces, then, or so. Así que. I think that has an accent. Así que, so. So I think those maybe have been the linking words that we were talking about, or we were talking about combining words. I can't remember. Do you know France? I've been to France. Yes, I've been to Paris. And I've also been to Saint-Jean-Pied-de-Port. That is where you start the Camino de Santiago in Spain. Do you speak French? Je peux parler un peu de français. No, I don't speak French. I can say, comment allez-vous? Il fait un foie de canard aujourd'hui. Le fromage est très bon. From Montenegro. What's going on? How's life in Montenegro? ¿Tienes segundo nombre? Sí. Segundo nombre, nombre no. Apellido sí. Okay. I know I put 2 and 4 on my list, and I think that was for Eli. 2 and 4, if I'm not mistaken. Guys, I'm going to have to make a video of 2 and 4. You have good French. Thank you. Mon parle plus français pour le bien de la France. Estabas dando un ejemplo y dijiste, I asked what your name is. Why not? What is your name? Yeah, Liliana. This is called reported speech. I think I may have made a YouTube video about it. I'll have to link it here somewhere. Reported speech is reporting what someone else said. I did make a YouTube video about it. If you go on YouTube and look up Idiomas con Jake reported speech, you should be able to see it. Also, yeah, también is also a linking word. So that's why I said I'm not literally saying what she said. I'm reporting what she said. Le fromage, c'est pas bon. Pas bon. ¿Qué te pasa? Montene ne quoi. ¿Sabes algunas frases Cockney cuando hablas normalmente? ¿Qué es Cockney? No sé qué es eso. Yeah, no. I'm not going to say anything that I don't know or that I that might be something incriminating. I love you forever. Love you too, buddy. Hello, brother. Okay. Good evening, teacher. What's up, Natu? How are you? Tiene segundo nombre. John is intelligent. That he is. That he is. How can I use yet? You ever visited Venezuela? Yet. I have actually a great video on YouTube about already, yet, and still. Do you know how to say I like? Yeah, I'm not gonna say that. Martín, say. Guys, I'm not gonna say all your French stuff, unless I know what it is. Ustedes son unos locos. Okay, so 2 to 4, I'm going to have to make a name. I'm gonna have to make a video, right? 2, 4, para. But there's a bunch of different situations in which we use them differently. So Cockney is un acento de Londres, como Adele habla. Eso es Cockney. To remain, to taste, to smell. Carlos, I don't think those are I don't think those are linking verbs. Those are verbs, right? But how are those linking verbs? Yo estaba preguntando por qué el orden en la oración. What is your name en vez de what is your name? ¿Por qué usaste is al final? What your name is. Sí, Iliana, es porque estaba usando algo que se llama reported speech. En vez de decir exactamente lo que dijo ella, que es what is your name, estoy reportando lo que ella dijo. Y para hacer eso tengo que cambiar la sintaxis de la oración. Eso es bien avanzado en inglés. Pero sí. Apples and pears, stairs. No. Can you say, Jake, I know you? What do you mean you know me? I see you. I hope so. How old are you? I'm 27. Guys, I don't know what you're saying in the Instagram chat. You guys are crazy. I don't know what you're saying. Pero hay reglas. Woohoo, French. I also love this lenguaje. Yeah, I have to learn more French. My wife loves French. All right, this guy's gonna get... Hold on a second, guys. I got to do a little bit of blocking because some crazy stuff's being said in the Instagram chat. Man. Hello from Uruguay. Hello. How are you? Linking verbs are verbs that don't show an action, but rather describe the subject. To remain, to taste, to smell. You know what? I think you guys would have to teach me that. Are you gay? No, I'm not gay. I have a wife. Marion, listen, if somebody wants to teach me French, I'll be more than happy to learn French with you guys. You need to send me a message on Instagram. Hello from Venezuela. All right, we got to get back online here. Okay. To meet es conocer, pero por primera vez. Usually to meet is going to be in the past. ¿De dónde eres? Yo soy el norte de los Estados Unidos. You're good. How to teach English. Very patient on your personality. Thank you, Kiko. Thank you. Yeah, patience needs to be practiced, I guess. To meet, conocer por primera vez. And to know is conocer a alguien, ¿verdad? Pero no por primera vez. Okay. Conocí a tu mamá ayer. I met, que es meet en el pasado. I met your mom yesterday. I met your mom yesterday. Yo conozco a tu papá, ¿verdad? I know your dad. Okay, so primero que nada, eso es meet y know. I can teach you Spanish, but I think you already got it. Yeah, my wife teaches me too much Spanish. Nice to meet you. Mucho gusto. Es como encantado de conocerte, ¿verdad? Encantado de conocerte. Es como decir también where the restroom is. Ok, voy a llegar a eso. ¿Por qué? Voy a regresar a eso, Juan, porque eso es bien interesante. Es difícil de explicar, pero bien interesante. Eso es meet. También to know, saber. Yo sé la respuesta. I know the answer. ¿Verdad? I know the answer. Yo sé la respuesta. Okay, so eso es meet y know. Meet normalmente es conocer por primera vez. Tengo que conocer a tu hermano. I have to meet your brother. I have to meet your brother. Instagrameros pueden ver lo que estoy escribiendo en mi canal de YouTube, Idiomas con Jake. Tengo que conocer a tu hermano. I have to meet your brother. How do you pronounce that and dad? Dad? What you talking about? That dad. That dad. Hola Jake, te quería agradecer por la info que brindas con los videos. Me sirve a full. Gracias por tanto. Muchas gracias a vos, Viola. Pura vida. Gracias por ese comentario tan lindo. Tengo que conocer por primera vez a tu hermano. I have to meet your brother. Me gusta el acento del norte. Muchas gracias. Sí, mi acento del norte también es el acento del norte de los estados, ¿verdad? Yo no hablo el inglés británico. ¿Podrías explicar los usos de upon? Es algo que confuso para mí. Israel, busca idiomas con Jake upon. Ya tengo un video de eso. Porque ese es un verbo, puede ser un phrasal verb. Es un verbo muy, muy, muy versátil. Muy, muy, muy versátil. Ok, para continuar. Eso es meet, know, saber, conocer. Ya lo sé. I already know that. Ya lo sé. Do and does. Yo, tú, nosotros y ellos do. Yo hago mi tarea. I do my homework. Él, para ver. Él o ella does. Él hace su tarea. Ups. Vamos a bajarnos un poco. Él hace su tarea. He does his homework. ¿Verdad? Él hace su tarea. He does his homework. Yo hago mi tarea. I do my homework. Él hace su tarea. He does his homework. A veces usamos do y does para decir sí cuando estamos enfatizando algo en inglés y en español, obviamente. No me gustan las manzanas, pero sí me gustan las naranjas. I don't like apples, but I do like oranges. And if it were he or her, I would say he or she does. Enchant. Para ver. ¿Por qué entender a las personas de Edimburgo o Australia es difícil? Porque tienen acentos locos. Profe, ¿podrías ayudarme? Tengo que presentar un examen en inglés, pero últimamente he tenido bloqueos al hablar y escribir, a pesar de que estoy desanimada. Gracias. Bloqueos natos son normales y son difíciles de sobrepasar, y yo te diría, lo más importante es que practiques en voz alta, la verdad. Practica todo lo que tenés en voz alta. Eso te va a llevar al próximo nivel, pero no es lineal tampoco, ¿verdad? Hay sube y baja, sube y baja. Eso sí es difícil. Gracias por el en vivo. Que pases un lindo día. Gracias, Blanca, a vos por estar. Vamos a continuar. Eso es do and does. Enigmatic expressions, yo no sé qué es eso, la verdad. I like apple. Consejos para poder entender los listening. Sí, yo diría practicar con algo que te interese primero y que sea fácil. Si hay algo para niños que te interese, si estás en el nivel más bajo, eso te va a ayudar un montón, un montón. Pronunciation, oceanic plate. Oceanic plate. You do explain so well. Thank you so much, Carlos. I appreciate that. A lot of stuff to explain. Preston says, could you teach us about noun clauses? Preston, I can put it on my list and I can make a video for you. How about that? Darle tiempo al tiempo, and then noun clauses. One thing that's weird too, being an online English teacher, I guess you could call me. I'm not an English teacher. Like, I didn't study to be an English teacher, so I didn't study the English language. I studied the Spanish language a lot, but not really the English language. And so a lot of these things that you guys ask me, oftentimes I have to think like, what is the rule behind that? Or I have to go and research it and then make the video for it. So a lot of these times, guys, if you ask me a question that's a good question and a difficult question, and I know you're struggling with it, and I don't answer it right away, oftentimes it's because I really don't know. I have to look it up. And so I'll look it up and I'll make a video at some point. And, a lot of the questions that you guys leave in my comments, well, I should say all of my videos come from your questions in the comments. So, but yeah, something like that, like a noun clause. I'm honestly not even sure what a noun clause is. Hey, Jake, admiro tu humildad y todo lo haces simple. Gracias. Muchas gracias a vos. Pura vida. If I understand well, you teach Spanish at your work. How can you explain the subject it in Spanish? Yeah, the subject it in Spanish, lo or la, means it, okay? It is a third person, what we call a direct object pronoun, a DOP, pronombre de objeto directo, okay? Pásamelo. Y obviamente esto es más alto que mis niños de español 1 y 2. Bueno, de español 2, al final del año, ahí sí estamos viendo los pronombres de objeto directo, pero pásamelo. Pass it to me, or pass me it. However, we'd usually say pass it to me, ¿verdad? It es ese lo. Ya lo viste. Did you already see it? Did you already see it? So, but when I'm talking about a subject it in Spanish, I'm going to tell you how I would explain it, okay? This is what I usually do. I say an example in English where a kid, I'm gonna teach it to you like I would teach my class. I'm gonna explain this in a story. Okay, my friend Laura had a backpack. She usually walked with her backpack to school, and one day she was walking to school with her backpack, and she dropped her backpack. She picked her backpack up, but her backpack had dirt on it, so she had to bring her backpack to the bathroom to clean her backpack. After that, she brought her backpack to class like normal with all the things in her backpack, and at the end of the day, she went home with her backpack. Now, I tell my kids that sounded really repetitive, right? Because I said the word backpack like 50 times, and I sound weird when I speak like that. Instead, I would probably say the story like this. Laura was walking to school with her backpack, and she dropped it. She picked it up, but it had dirt on it, so she brought it to the bathroom. And then she cleaned it, she brought it to class, she had all of her stuff in it, and at the end of the day, she brought it home, and everything was good. And so in the story, I replaced backpack with this word it. That's what a direct object pronoun is. So that's how I explain that to my students, Laura. Good question. Profe, no me he podido unir, luego veré la clase, gracias. No te preocupes, Zoe. Va a quedar grabada en YouTube para siempre. Bueno, para mucho tiempo. Porque hay gente que dice, por ejemplo, he don't know of it. Sorry? He don't know, it don't matter. Es común en el lenguaje informal. En informal sí. Informal sí. ¿Cómo se dice? Viva Bolivia. Esa expresión, por favor. You know what? We really don't have like viva así en inglés. But normally we'd say like this. Go Bolivia. Or for Bolivia. Right? Something like that. Viva literalmente significa like Bolivia lives on or Bolivia goes on. But we don't really use that type of thing in English. We'd say go Bolivia or for Bolivia. Viva Bolivia. Yeah, it don't matter. Es como decir it doesn't matter, no importa, pero sí, eso es muy común, Jay. En el lenguaje informal es muy común. No worries, we help each other. That's absolutely right, Carlos. That's absolutely right. Hace calor aquí, allá hace frío. Sí, bueno, en Texas hace un poco de calor también. ¿Cómo se usa el did? Did es el pasado de do. So es hacer en el pasado. Hizo, hice. Pero igual, para enfatizar, lo podemos usar para decir sí. ¿Okay? Yo no lo leí. Yo no lo leí. Pero él sí. Fíjense. I didn't read it. Que literalmente es I did not read it. But he did. Ese sí, did. Para enfatizar. Then she lost it. Sir Jake, ¿podríamos decirnos algunas expresiones que usen then angloparlantes como the elephant in the room? Sí, como ese tipo de idiom. Sí. Perdón, ¿cuál es la pregunta, Jesús? The elephant in the room. The elephant in the room. All right, guys. And listen, I don't want to leave you, but I'm getting hungry and I still have to go for a run and I want to eat my sandwich before I go for a run. Do you guys have any lasting questions before I leave you for the day? ¿Alguien tiene algunas preguntas antes de que me vaya? Porque tengo que correr y tengo que comer mi sándwich. Backpack, mochila. Backpack, mochila. Mi mochila, my backpack. Thanks for your help. Thank you, Carlos. I appreciate you, brother. Well, in the meanwhile, listen, guys, I appreciate y'all. I understand English is a hard language, and it takes lots of practice to get good at a language. If you're in a moment where you're stuck with a language, this is easier said than done. But one, you kind of got to fight through it. And two, practice speaking. Speaking is so underrated, and most of the practice we do is reading, writing, or listening, which is all good. It's all good, but you need to practice speaking. If you can say it, you own it. If you can create with the language verbally, you own the language. So if you have that English test that's coming up, highly, highly, highly advise that you practice speaking. If you can speak it, you can say it. Thanks, teacher. Have a good evening. Buen provecho. Muchísimas gracias. Thank you guys so much. ¿Cuál es tu comida favorita, caballero? Mi comida favorita tendría que decir mariscos. Me gustan los mariscos. Thank you for this information, Jake. Thank you, Kiko. Thank you. I appreciate all of you guys. If y'all need anything, please do let me know. Send me a message on Instagram. If you have a question, I can answer it in Instagram messages, probably a little bit better. I may just say I'm going to put it on my list and make a video. I have a list of probably 300 things that I have to make videos about. But that's awesome, and I'm so thankful for that. Thanks, teacher. Thank you. Thank you, Jake. Thank you. The USA Americans look in the accent about foreigners. I mean, I think everywhere we notice the accent of foreigners, but the United States is the land of immigrants. There are tons of accents all over the place. It also depends where you are. Like, for example, if you're in Houston and you have an accent, well, it's normal, right? There's tons of different cultures in Houston. Finny, are you half Costa Rican? No, my wife is Costa Rican. I'm just from Wisconsin. I'm just a gringo who married a tica, and I like Spanish. So in Houston, it's going to be normal. If you go to my hometown, for example, which is a town in Wisconsin that's very small, like 1,000 people, and you have an accent, well, then they're going to be like, yeah, where are you from? Because it's much less normal. It's much less of an everyday thing. Nice hat. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. No, I'm not from Costa Rica. My wife is from Costa Rica. All right, guys. Instagram, I'm going to sign off with you guys first. I appreciate y'all. Let me know if you have any questions. Do you speak another language? I speak English, Spanish, Portuguese, and I've been trying to learn Russian, but I've been failing at it. I really haven't tried very hard. So English, Spanish, and Portuguese, I guess you could say. Can you explain in Inglés the political in the United States? What, the political environment or how politics work in the United States? So we have elections. We have 3 branches of government: the legislative, the executive, and the judicial branch. They all serve different purposes. They kind of fight with each other and create this thing that's called gridlock, which some people see as a bad thing, but the founding fathers wanted it to happen, and so it's considered a good thing. We have a bicameral legislature, which means that we're a democratic republic. We elect people to represent us, but each state also has 2 representatives, regardless of how many people are in the state. So, yeah, there's a lot of stuff to United States politics that I could certainly talk a lot about. I love talking about it, but there's a lot. The politics in the United States, I guess you'd have to say exactly what you want to hear about it. Qué genio. Thank you, Natu. Aquí escuchando. Marta Pura. Adiós, Jake. Que te vaya bien. Adiós, adiós. Instagrammers, I appreciate y'all. Have an amazing day. Be safe. Be smart. Make some good decisions. Let me know if you have questions. I love all you guys. Cuídense mucho. I'm signing off. Pura vida Instagram. YouTubers, we're all by ourselves now. We're all by ourselves. But yeah, Rodolfo, what would you like to know about the political situation in the United States? We have elections coming up next year. There are 2 parties, the Democratic Party and the Republican Party. There are other parties, but there's this thing called Duvaliers law, which means that in a system like ours, it just tends to be 2 parties. The big parties are Democrats and Republicans. They argue a lot, and people argue a lot about politics, and there's lots of debates on which policies should be enacted, and it kind of depends on this federal versus state role in our lives, I guess. Bye, Jake. Thank you, Mile, for all the amazing questions. The first one. What do you mean the first one? The legislative, the executive, and the judicial branch. So I think that's what you're getting at. The legislative branch is Congress and the Senate. They're people who are voted by us, the people, to represent us, and they write laws. Okay? When they write a law, that law goes to the executive branch, which right now is, Joe Biden and the president. And the president signs the law and says, this is good. Or he doesn't sign the law and he vetoes the law and says, this is bad. I don't want it to be a law. If he vetoes it, it can go back to Congress where they review it, and they have a certain number of people. If they all vote that this is really good, we want to do it, doesn't matter what the president says. And then we have this thing called the judicial branch, and the judicial branch looks at decisions from the president and from Congress and says, are these decisions okay within the Constitution of the United States? They do this thing called judicial review, which wasn't always a thing, but it is now. And so basically these branches fight against each other. Congress writes, they also have the money. They control the money. They decide what happens with budgeting and money. The president has the power of the pen, so he can veto laws. bills that Congress send to him, and the judicial also has a lot of power. Those are not elected people. They're elected by presidents, and then they stay there for life. So the judicial branch is extremely important. The presidency is also obviously extremely important, especially on the international stage, and Congress is important for enacting laws. What about Trump? What about him? He was president for 4 years. He is running again, and yeah. The next class is talk to us more in English, please. I can certainly speak more in English, Eli. I always want to be understood, and I understand that you guys need to listen in English too, so that's important. So, yeah, Trump is running again, Rodolfo, for the Republican Party nomination. But right now, we're in this thing called the primaries, which is each of those big parties is going to choose who their person is, basically. And so in the Republican primaries, there are all these people, Trump, Ron DeSantis, this guy Vivek. There's a bunch of candidates, and Republicans vote on who they want their main guy to be. And Democrats, well, since they have the presidency, usually the president is the one who runs for that party again. But yeah, so right now everyone's doing campaigning and spending tons of money and trying to convince everyone that they should be the next candidate, basically. It's kind of an interesting time. And, they talk about big issues. They do debates and stuff like that. So it's pretty interesting. Well, I've rambled on, and now I'm a little bit late for my run. Listen, guys, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. If you have questions, let me know. Send them to my Instagram messages, and I will certainly try and respond to you. If there's something that you want to see in a video, let me know, and I'll try my best to get it out for you. But if not, guys, have a great week. Be safe, be smart, and make some good decisions. And we will see you next Monday at 4:00 p.m. Guys, be safe. What do you think about? I can't, Rodolfo, when you ask me these questions, I can't stop asking. The last one. What do you think about international? Rodolfo, honestly, I think that's such a big question that I'd have to like take a long time to talk about it. So I appreciate the amazing questions. If this were like 20 minutes earlier, I'd probably be talking. But maybe a different time because I got to go for a run. World is crazy. The world's always been crazy, man. There's always crazy stuff going on in the world. But I'd say look for the light and try and be the light in the world. People underestimate the amount of change one can make just by changing themselves, cleaning up their act, and becoming a better person. So I appreciate all you guys. Have a great week. Be safe, be smart, make some good decisions. Pura vida. Ahí nos vemos.